Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2016 Peterbilt 330. It's an under CDL truck powered by a Paccar PX7 engine, mated to an Allison automatic transmission. 26,000 GVWR, spring ride rear, showing a little bit over 251,000 miles and a little over 10,000 hours on the truck. Has an 11-foot Knapheide service body, a stellar 10-621 crane with a 10,000 pound capacity, and a 21-foot two-stage hydraulic extension. It does have hydraulic outriggers, hydraulic compressor, some bolt bins, and some drawers as well. The entire exterior of the bed was just sandblasted, repainted, new bed liner applied inside of the bed as well as on the workbench rear bumper. The bed shows like new all the way around. The goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So in the first half of the video, I'm going to go around the exterior and point out any cosmetic imperfections the truck has. Second half of the video, we'll do a cold start, drive, take a look at the engine, as well as run all the equipment on it. If at any point in time you need any additional photos, videos, or information on this truck, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. My goal is for expectations to match up to the reality of what the truck is, to present it accurately. So again, if there's any additional information you might need at any point in time, please let me know. This truck did come to us out of Texas. Being a Texas truck, there's really no rust to speak of anywhere on the chassis, underside of the truck, suspension components, bed floor, bin floors. They are all solid and without really any rust to speak of. Now this truck has been fully serviced and safety inspected. Anything that we noted that needed to be addressed, we did take care of. If you'd like a full list of all the repairs just done on this truck, again, you can call or text 804-716-8487. Can send you over parts and labor receipts for all work just performed. We do use all OEM parts when we recondition our trucks. And again, anything we find that needs addressed, we take care of. 251,726 on the miles. Push button auto, locking rear, air brakes, factory wireless remote, laptop mount, dual power windows, power locks. The steer tires are not new, however they have tons of tread life remaining on them. Really not a whole lot to point out cosmetically. The truck's fairly clean. Obviously the bed shows like new, being repainted, but the cab is clean as well. A couple little chips over top of the driver's side headlight on the driver fender. Front bumper does not have any dings or dents in it. The chrome grille surround is also free of any dings or dents. A couple more little rock chips around here on the passenger side headlight. Passenger side steer tire matches the driver's side. You have your steps and your exhaust. Truck batteries are located underneath the passenger seat. No rips or tears on the interior. The dash is also clean. The bed does have diamond plate applied to the front, so that was just cleaned up. We didn't do anything there, but again, the exterior of the bed was sandblasted and repainted. Now all the doors close, latch, lock, and seal as they should. Most of the bins have interior LED light strips, as well as exterior LED lights. There's one on each side, and then there's two on the rear of the truck. This first compartment here is your torch compartment. So you have your holders here for your torch bottles. You can see where they used to sit. Shot of the bed tag right here. Now again, we do have the keys for the service body. All the latches are keyed the same, so the same key will operate and lock all the latches. This bed also does have the master lock system on the back. You can slide that in and lock down each side in its entirety. 2 sets of shelves inside of this compartment. You do have some dividers inside of these shelves. The bed also has the interior tab system here, so you can move these shelves up and down or add shelves if you'd like. Really easy to reorganize the shelving situation here. The drive tires are new. We did install these. They're matching Falcons across the rear axle. Again, no rust to speak of in the bed floor. The wheel wells, this truck being from Texas, is extremely dry. 1 wide shelf over the passenger wheel well compartment. Slotted, so you can add dividers in here as well if you'd like. Coming around to the crane compartment, you have a Railcraft hose reel in the bottom. Your outrigger control levers there by the hose reel. Air regulator and dryer, and then your Knapheide bed control panel that controls all the lighting, the crane, the compressor. Here's a shot of the load chart as well. Again, it's a 10,000 pound capacity, full 2-stage extension out to 21 feet. Both stages are hydraulic. This is the master lock I was talking about. Shove that in, put a padlock through it, and it'll lock the entire bedside all at once. 2 more rear work lights. You do have a step on the bumper here. You have your bumper storage compartment. One thing to note is neither of these latches have a key cylinder in them, so the bumper storage is not lockable. Those key cylinders are just missing. If that's a big deal, I can obviously get key cylinders to replace those, but most people don't put anything in those other than chains or pry bars or stuff like that anyway. The rear bumper is nice and clean. Obviously that's all fresh bed liner on that. You have your air drain here for your air compressor. Inside of the bed you have your factory tie downs, and all inside the bed has been re-bed lined, as well as up top on top of the compartments. It does have this factory welder mount, so without having to drill into the top of your compartments, you're able to mount your welder right here. There's no holes in any of the compartments save this one right here. I don't know what was there. Well, obviously it feels a little loose. We can silicone that up just to make sure there's no water intrusion. But other than this, there's no mounting holes anywhere on any of the tops of the bins. Oh, there's a matching one on here. That one is tight, so that's watertight. But again, we'll silicone up that one on the passenger side. Coming around to the driver's side of the truck. Driver rear compartment has 1 shelf inside of it. I'm gonna fight that sun a little bit. Looks like somebody has added at some point some brackets for some sort of homemade shelving in there. Inside the driver wheel well compartment, these are Knapheide drawers, just bolt drawers here. Not the nicest unit, to be honest. They are plastic and pretty lightweight, but they seem to hold up okay. I've seen them a lot lately. And then you have this setup here just for little electrical stuff. This whole toolbox does slide out. So it does have bolt drawers, 8 total. And again, they hold up okay. Coming around to the big driver 1 compartment. Nice double door compartment here. You have a full set American Eagle twist lock drawers on the left hand side, and on the right hand side you have 2 more sets of shelves. You have a bunch of dividers, just extra dividers laying at the bottom there for the drawer units or for any of the shelves. Compressor is a Van Air RC40 compressor. It shows just 71 hours, I believe. That's what it looks like from here, 71. And it runs as it should. Again, we'll demo all the equipment here in just a second. That wraps up the cosmetic portion of this demo video. I'm gonna hop in the truck and take it for a spin, and then we'll take a look at how all the equipment works. $251,726 on the miles. Let's give it a second and let the hours populate. 10,855 on the hours. Brake air build up. Turn the AC on a little bit. It is hot out today. This truck was a fleet-owned truck. Previously just had one owner. It's a large fleet. And again, this one lived its life out in Texas. I said it before, but if you'd like copies of any of the work that we just performed on the truck, you can call or text 804-716-8487. You can send her over a list of all parts and labor receipts for everything we just did. Again, it's a PX7 mated to an Allison automatic. I don't know the horsepower off the top of my head, but once we swing it back into the lot, I will pop the hood. You can take a look at the horsepower tag on it. Pretty decent turning radius. I think I can make this turn without having to go in reverse. Lost the remote there. Just replaced the windshield too. It's nice to have fresh glass. All right, let's take a look under the hood. So back to the bed lighting, you have those two LED work lights on both sides of the truck. There's no interior compartment lights in the torch compartment. However, all the rest of the compartments do have interior lighting. They're just LED strip lights inset in the doors there, or in the door jambs, I should say. We're in pretty bright daylight here, so it's kind of hard to see, but I think you can still see them. There's two rear LED work lights as well, shining on the back of the truck. And again, more interior compartment lights throughout the driver's side compartments as well. And then one more side mount LED work light. So pretty well equipped in terms of lighting all the way around. The 300 horsepower PX7. And it's an Allison 2500 RDS. Cruise control's on. The truck is idled up through the cruise control there, and then the PTO switch is on as well. Very quick operation on the outriggers. Outriggers are solid with no rust on the extension tube or the down tube there. So that's with your outriggers fully extended. Now to run the crane back into this control panel inside the compartment, you do have to select the crane function here. It sends power to the crane. Twist out the E-stop button on the remote, toggle any switch. This is a wireless remote and it's fully proportional, so the trigger does control how fast the crane operates. Most of what I'll do in this video is going to be full speed operation, but you can control the speed by feathering that trigger. Gonna let the winch down so that I can extend the boom out. Winch cable's in great shape. The winch operates very quickly. Let's go around a little bit more here. Out to its full extension. Of 21 feet of total reach. It does look like the 2-block sensor has been cut. We can go ahead and replace that. The 2-block will be working. I'll have that done right after this video. Again, you can feather the speed like I'm doing now, or you can let it rip full speed. Super quick on the swing. You can swing this thing around stupid quick at full speed. Or slow it down like so. Now to turn the compressor on, you can do that from the remote. Just pull down on the accessory function here. again, it's a Van Air RC40 compressor with around 71 hours. Builds air really quick. Put the outriggers up. Come back to the remote. Shut the truck off. So once again, it's a 2016 Pete 330 under CDL, spring ride rear with a 300 horsepower PX7. Made it to an Allison 2500 RDS with a 10,000 pound crane, 21 foot of reach. Really nice truck all the way around. If you have any questions, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. Once again, this is Taylor at Truck World RVA, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video.